Hello, everybody. Miss Debbie here on this cold and snowy evening, and we're going to be ready to snuggle into bed and listen to a few good stories. Tonight, I have three fun stories and a new song, a couple of old songs, and then you'll be able to snuggle into bed into Lily White's party. So, um, right now, I'm at the library, and I do have my mask, but I'm in a room all by myself, so I don't have to use the mask right now. And I do encourage you to go to our catalog or call us up on the phone and get yourself a bag of books just to get you through these cold winter days. You can borrow, and we'll be so happy, and so will you. So let's start. How was your day? Good. I'm so glad to hear it. Mine was good too. Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you? How are you? Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you today? Good. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad that you opened up your computer or your iPad, your laptop, to be with me tonight, to have a nice evening. Wouldn't it be fun if we could do Zoom? But Zoom means you really have to be there right on time, and at the end of our day, we're in all different directions. So let's. Our favorite song for my friends is "Where Is Thumpkin?" So. Where is Thumpkin? Where is Thumpkin? Here I am, here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. Where is Pinky? Where is Pinky? Here I am, here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Pinky's good for scratching an eyebrow, don't you think? Where is tall lady? Where is tall lady? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, ma'am? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Ring Man? Where is Ring Man? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. Where is baby Pinky? Where is baby Pinky? Here I am, here I am. How are you today, dude? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. I always liked that song and when I was a little kid, and I hope you do too. So, remember we talked about jingle bells. I brought my bells again. Um, if you want, we could sing it in Spanish one of these days. Wouldn't that be fun? But we talked about how the horses wore the bells, and they went. It's like sledding, going fast on a sled that's pulled by this beautiful horse, and he's got the bells on, so people, maybe there's people in the field who are walking, and if they hear those bells, they're going to get out of the way, because here comes a sleigh full of people just having so much fun and singing songs. And this is what they're singing. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. And bells are good. Bells are good. They stir up the good energy in the air. So when you ring the bells, it's just a good thing all around. So, and it's fun. I don't like these bells. Don't make a little sweet tinkling sound, but they'll do. They're pretty though. I like the red color. So, our first story is The Seven Chinese Sisters. You can get it right here at the New Providence Library. And it's written by Kathy Tucker, but it's illustrated by Grace Lin. Now, Grace Lin writes and illustrates the most wonderful books, from picture books to chapter books. And I just read one of her chapter books, Starry River of the Sky, which I highly recommend for my older students. And it also makes a good read aloud. And it's about a Chinese family, back in the olden days where stories were very important. And, time was different than our time now. There was no running water or electricity, and people worked hard. But people were still the same. They still helped each other and loved each other. And sometimes they were bad guys and tried to steal from each other. But in this book, The Seven Chinese Sisters, it's not like that at all. They're going to be helping a dragon. Okay. Remember that author, Grace Lin. Once upon a time, there were 7 Chinese sisters who lived together and took care of each other. Each sister had shining black hair and sparkling eyes. Each stood straight and tall, except for 7th sister, who was just a baby. 7 sisters. Wow. Do you have any sisters? A family of sisters is so much fun. But the sisters were very different. First sister could ride a scooter as fast as the wind. Second sister knew karate, kick, chop, hiya. Third sister could count to 500 and beyond. Fourth sister could talk to dogs. Fifth sister could catch any ball, no matter how fast and high it was thrown. Sixth sister could cook the most delicious noodle soup in the world. And 7th sister? No one was really sure yet what she could do, as she was so little. She had never spoken even one word. And there she has her little pacifier in her mouth. Far away across the bridge, through a forest and up a mountain, lived a terrible dragon. One day he woke up very hungry. He took a big sniff, sniff, sniff and smelled something wonderful. It was 6 sisters' noodle soup. So there he is, smelling the aroma from all the way over to their little hut where 6th sister was cooking. Look at how skinny that little dragon is. He looks pretty happy, though. Down the mountain, over the forest, and across the bridge flew the dragon, straight to the 7 sisters' house. The sisters were so busy, they didn't see him coming. First sister was polishing her scooter. Second sister was practicing for her black belt. Third sister was counting grains of rice. Fourth sister was talking to a stray beagle. Fifth sister was throwing a ball up a mile or so and catching it. Sixth sister had just stepped into the pantry to get some more noodles for her soup, and 7th sister was crawling around on the kitchen floor. When the dragon peeked in the kitchen door and saw plump little 7th sister, he forgot all about the soup. Instead, he snatched up the baby. Help! Then he flew back over the bridge and forest, up the mountain, and into his cave. But as soon as the dragon set seventh sister down, he was just going to get some salt. She said her first word ever, and it was an excellent word. It was help. The six sisters had just started to look for seventh sister when they heard her call. Right away, they knew her voice. Seventh sister is in trouble, cried first sister, leaping on her scooter. We must save her. The other sisters hung on behind. Pulled by first sister, who was strong as well as fast, the sisters sped across the bridge. Beyond was the deep forest, filled with many trees. So many, third sister counted them by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and on. Now seventh sister's cries were louder. The sisters headed up the mountain and soon reached the dragon's cave, where seventh sister was crying, help, help, help. And there they are, holding on to each other as they whizzed up the mountain. They could smell smoke and hear the most awful roars. Fourth sister listened carefully. Dragons do not exactly talk like dogs, but still she could understand a little. The dragon was roaring, there's no use calling for help. You're going to be my supper. And suddenly, seventh sister shouted her second word ever, which was, no! There she is in the rice bowl, shouting, no. If you don't bring her out, sir, you will regret it, called fourth sister in her best dog language she could manage. Bow wow, roof. He's listening. The dragon's listening. The dragon stopped roaring. What was that girl yelling? All he understood was, bring her out, sir. But no one had ever tried to talk to him before, and he was so curious, he picked up seventh sister and rushed outside. There he is. Seventh sister is in his mouth. Second sister stepped forward, then fast as lightning she leaped into the air, slapped the dragon on the chin, and shouted, Hi-ya! The dragon was so surprised that, whoop, seventh sister flew out of his mouth. Back, 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 ran fifth sister. Back, 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 and reaching up, 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 she caught seventh sister neatly, like a fly ball. When the dragon saw that his dinner was gone, he fell to the ground sobbing. Hungry, hungry, he whimpered, and the fourth sister understood him perfectly, because the word hungry is exactly the same for dragons as it is for dogs. He's starving, she explained, and now all the sisters could see he was quite skinny and sort of sad. Tomorrow, sixth sister can bring him some soup, first sister said, but we've got to get seventh sister home. She's all worn out, and she needs her diaper changed. Sisters, go home, cried baby seventh sister, who was learning to talk very quickly now. First sister put seventh sister on her back and hopped on her scooter. The other sisters hung on behind, and they whizzed fast as the wind down the mountain. But when they reached the forest, first sister stopped. Now that they didn't have seventh sister's cries to guide them, how could they find their way through all these trees? Don't worry, said third sister. I counted the trees when we came. We must go past 500. And so, when third sister had counted 500 trees by twos, the seven sisters came to the bridge. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That's a lot of trees. They scooted across and back to their house where they had a wonderful meal of six sisters' delicious noodle soup. And what did seventh sister do when she grew tall? She became the best storyteller in the world, and she always told this story first. Isn't this fun? This is a sleepy little gem I just happened to come across when I was looking for some Chinese stories to tell for the Lunar New Year. So I hope you check it out and read it for yourself. Okay, so let's sing one of our love songs. It's called Skidamarink. Because this is a story of some loving sisters who did a very loving thing for the dragon because they were going to bring him soup the next day. Skidamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skidamarink-a-doo. I love you. Skidamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skidamarink-a-doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Oh, skidamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skidamarink-a-doo. I love you. I love that song. And remember, this is our little shortcut to I love you, baby sign language. Oh, so it's a night of stories. I am going to read one of my favorite stories in the world. Haven't read this one in a long time. It's called I'd Really Like to Eat a Child. And it's written by Sylviane Donio. It's a story of a little crocodile. Do you know the difference between crocodiles and alligators? Well, why don't you borrow a book on them and find out? I'd really like to eat a child. Every morning, Mama Crocodile would bring tasty bananas to little Achilles for his breakfast. And each time she said in wonder, "What a big boy you are getting to be, my son. And how handsome. And what beautiful teeth you have." True, Achilles would say to himself. True, I'm big, I'm handsome, and I have beautiful teeth. But one evening, Achilles refused to eat. This worried Mama Crocodile. "Don't you want a tasty banana for breakfast?" she asked. "No thanks, Mom," Achilles answered. "Today, I'd really like to eat a child." "What an idea, my little Achilles," his mother cried. "Well, children don't grow on banana trees, only bananas do, and that's what I have for breakfast." "I know, but I'd really like to eat a child." Papa Crocodile had an idea. He ran to the village and brought back a sausage as long as a truck for his son. "No thanks, Dad," Achilles answered. "Today, I'd really like to eat a child." "Come now, Achilles, there's no such thing as a sausage made from children." "I don't care," snapped Achilles. "I want to eat a child." Luckily, Mama and Papa Crocodile were clever. "Our Achilles has a sweet tooth," they said. "Let's make him a big, yummy chocolate cake. Then he'll totally forget this silly idea." And that's just what they did. The cake was magnificent. "Wow!" Achilles shouted, and when he saw it, he picked out a great big piece. But then he sighed and changed his mind. "Nope," he said. "Today, I'd really like to eat a child." Mama and Papa Crocodile were beside themselves. They cried and moaned, "Boo-hoo-hoo, what will we do? Our dear Achilles won't eat." Achilles was beginning to feel strange and rather weak all over, which is exactly what happens when you haven't eaten your breakfast. A nice swim would do me good, he thought, so he walked down to the river. There on the riverbank was a little girl playing by herself. Look, there he is sneaking up. "Yippee! Finally I'm going to eat a child," Achilles whispered to himself. He crept up slowly and bared his beautiful teeth like a ferocious beast ready to pounce. And then he roared. "Oh, look at that," the little girl cried. "A teeny tiny crocodile. He's awfully cute and scrawny. He must not eat very much." As quick as a wink, the little girl caught Achilles by the tail and tickled his belly. "Coochie, coochie, 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 coo." Then, when she'd had enough, she threw him into the river. Splunk. Achilles emerged from the river hungrier than ever. "Darn, I blew it," he said, and he ran all the way home shouting, "Daddy, Mommy, quick, give me some bananas. I have to grow bigger. Big enough to eat a child." The end. I love this book. So here's the new song I wanted to introduce. And it's a song about vowels, about letters and sounds in the alphabet. But you don't have to think about that. You just have to enjoy singing it and having fun. So the song is "I like to eat apples and bananas." So the first verse lays it all out. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. Now we're going to put the letter A in there. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. And the letter E. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. Oh, I like to oat, oat, oat apples and bananas. I like to oat, oat, oat apples and bananas. Last letter, U. I like to oot, oot, oot apples and bananas. I like to oot, oot, oot apples and bananas. Original verse. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I love that song. It just got a nice rhythm. And you can sing it while you're playing. Now, the third and last of our really good stories today is called "Roses Are Pink, Your Feet Really Stink" by Diane DeGrout. And she's got a few stories about this little boy named Gilbert. And this is a Valentine's story. And, but it's not only true on Valentine's, these kind of situations where you get yourself into a muddle of something because of something you've said, right? There is a rhyme. It goes, roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. But Gilbert made a boo-boo when he wrote a poem called Roses Are Pink, Your Feet Really Stink. Oh, that's terrible. There they were, 15 blank Valentine's cards, waiting to be filled with nice Valentine poems. They were sitting on the kitchen table in a pile as high as Gilbert's nose. Mrs. Bird, the teacher, had told them to write something nice for each classmate because Valentine's Day was about liking each other. Gilbert liked Patty a lot. She had smiley eyes and a silly laugh that made Gilbert feel silly too. He picked out the biggest card and wrote inside, roses are red, violets are blue, your eyes are nice, and I like you. Signed, Gilbert. Gilbert also liked Frank. Frank let Gilbert use his baseball mitt once when Gilbert forgot to bring his own. On Frank's card, he wrote, your name is Frank, it isn't Hank. You lent me your mitt, so you I thank. Gilbert. This is fun, Gilbert thought. He continued to write a nice Valentine poem until there were only 2 cards left. One for Louis and one for Margaret. Gilbert didn't want to write a nice poem for Louis. Louis once tweaked Gilbert's nose until it turned red. Tweak. He didn't want to write a nice poem for Margaret either. Margaret made fun of Gilbert's glasses. So he didn't write nice poems. On Louis's card, he wrote, violets are blue, roses are pink, your feet are big, and they really stink. Gilbert thought the poem was funny, but maybe Louis wouldn't. Maybe he would tweak Gilbert's nose when he read it. Tweak. That hurts. Gilbert didn't want Louis to tweak his nose again, so he didn't sign his name. He signed it Margaret. On Margaret's card, he wrote, roses are red, you wet your bed. I think that you have rocks in your head. What? Oh, my goodness. Gilbert liked the poem, but he didn't think Margaret would. He didn't want Margaret to say mean things to him again, so he signed the card, Louis. On Valentine's Day, Gilbert walked to school with 15 cards and a tin of Valentine cookies that his mother had baked for the party. Mrs. Bird let everyone open their cards. One of Gilbert's cards had X's all over the envelope, so he opened it first. It said, roses are red, violets are blue, you are my friend, and I like you. And the X's stand for kisses. It was signed Patty. Gilbert smiled at Patty, and Patty giggled back. Gilbert opened the rest of his cards. They were all very friendly. Even Louis had written a poem for him. You may be small, you're not very tall, but I like the way that you play ball. Louis. Gilbert was happy that Louis liked the way he played ball, and Margaret wrote, sometimes you are very sweet. I hope you brought nice cookies to eat. Love, Margaret. Gilbert smiled to himself. Margaret thought that he was very sweet. He looked over at Margaret. She wasn't happy with one of her Valentines. She stuck her tongue out at Louis. Louis wasn't happy with one of his Valentines. He stuck his tongue out at Margaret. Margaret pushed Louis. Louis called Margaret a bad name. Mrs. Bird said, quiet, please. Valentine's Day is about liking each other, not about fighting. She made the class do workbooks for the rest of the morning. Everyone was mad at Louis and Margaret, even Gilbert. When it was reading time, Margaret looked through all of her valentines again and said, I have two valentines from Lewis, a good one and a bad one. Lewis said, I didn't write a bad one. Someone else wrote my name. He looked through his own pile of cards and said, I have two valentines from Margaret and none from Gilbert. Then he shouted, Oh no! Gilbert wrote the bad cards and signed our names. And Mrs. Bird said, Quiet, please. At lunch, nobody wanted to sit near Gilbert. Not even Patty. He had to sit all by himself. When he peeked over his carrot and banana sandwich, he could see Patty and Lewis giggling at their table. Gilbert wondered if Lewis thought Patty had smiley eyes and a silly laugh, too. He saw Margaret eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich like she did every day. Gilbert liked peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and wished he was eating one, too. At recess, nobody played with Gilbert, and Gilbert was very sorry that he had written two mean and nasty valentines. When they all lined up to go inside, Patty finally asked, Why did you write bad things about your friends, Gilbert? Because Lewis tweaked my nose, Gilbert said, and Margaret made fun of my glasses. Lewis said, I'm sorry I tweaked your nose, Gilbert. You can tweak mine if you want. Gilbert gave Lewis's nose a little tweak, but it didn't turn red. And Margaret said, I'm sorry I made fun of your glasses, Gilbert. I will wear them for the rest of the day. She put on Gilbert's glasses, but she couldn't see anything, and Gilbert couldn't see anything, so she gave them back. In art class, Gilbert made two new valentines out of red paper and lace. During spelling, Gilbert wrote a new poem for Lewis. Violets are blue, roses are pink. I'm sorry I said that your feet really stink. Then Gilbert thought of something nice about Margaret. He liked the way that she always smelled like peanut butter and jelly, so he wrote a new poem for her. Roses are red, jelly is sweet, you smell as good as the sandwich you eat. Then in math, Gilbert figured out that he had 364 days before he would have to write any more valentines. Finally, it was time for the party. Gilbert gave the new cards to Lewis and Margaret, and he passed out the cookies that his mother had baked. And each cookie said, Happy Valentine's Day. You're a special friend of mine, friend of mine, friend of mine. You're a special friend of mine, be my Valentine. All right, now I am afraid to tell you it is time for Lily White's party. So I want you to crawl into bed under those nice cool sheets and plop your head on the soft pillow and pull the blanket up to your chin and start snuggling down and get ready to have sweet dreams. And what do we do at night before bedtime? This is the way we take a bath, take a bath, take a bath. This is the way we take the bath before we go to bed. This is the way we dry our hair with a towel. Dry our hair, dry our hair. This is the way we dry our hair before we go to bed. This is the way we put on our jammies, put on our jammies, put on our jammies. This is the way we put on our jammies before we go to bed. This is the way we brush our teeth, brush our teeth, brush our teeth. This is the way we brush our teeth before we go to bed already. This is the way we blow a kiss, blow a kiss, blow a kiss. X's mean kisses. This is the way we blow a kiss before we go to bed. If it's a clear night and you can take a peek out the window, you might see Twinkle. Twinkle's like the first star up there. He's the brightest one. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight. Any good wishes out there? Uh, I don't know. Tell me your good wishes. I could use a few good wishes. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Good night, Twinkle. Watch over us tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow night. I wish you sweet dreams and a good night's sleep. Sometimes when I fall asleep, I think about my day and all of the fun things I did and to think about things I'm going to do tomorrow. And it really helps to put me to sleep. And here's my love song for you. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Good night, sweet dreams. Thank you for coming to Storytime. I know you love the stories. And don't forget to borrow some books. See you next time. Bye.